Yeah, picture, huh? Let's see. Figured you were. Figured you were. All right, so I want you to know that each day that you go on to Schoology, if you looked at what our assignments were, you're gonna see two different videos. One will be like today's video, and the one will say actual class. Okay, both of them are going to be relatively the same. The one that's actual class is like this class, but I'll just put them both just so we have questions are answered. But excuse me. But if you ever miss class, you're welcome just to watch the video. So the video of what we would do as a lesson is much shorter than. Excuse me, I have the hiccups. I'm sorry. Is going to be a little bit different than. Because it's shorter, because I'm just covering the content that I would lecture on, not the homeworks. But does that make sense? So if you log on today, you're going to see Wednesday's video already with Wednesday's notes, and then you'll see Wednesday actual class I'll put next to it, and that'll tell you that, should I watch the Wednesday or should I watch the Wednesday actual class? It doesn't matter. Both will cover quite a bit of content. Okay? All right. What did I give you for homework last night? We do the odds? Yeah. What kind of questions do we have about the odds? Questions about the odds? None? You said number 3? I was waiting for someone to clear the fraction one. Sure, let's hit number 3. Let's see what we did. Number 3. So this is 3 over 4x minus 1 over 4x plus 5 over 3x equals 25 over 6. My friends, you are welcome to try and combine like terms, keeping fractions as is. But I'm not best friends with fractions, and if you are, you're a better person than I am. Okay? So let me ask you this. We have the following denominators. We have a 4, we have a 4, we have a 3, and we have a 6. Okay? So the simplest way to do is let's go 4 times 4 times 3 times 6. Okay? That's the simplest way. But sometimes that's going to give us a lot bigger number. So can anyone think, without doing 4 times 4 times 3 times 6, what is the smallest number that 4 and 3 and 6 all go into? 12. Very good. Does everyone agree that 12 works? Okay, and I'm actually going to make 12 as 12 over 1, and I will multiply all 4 of those parts by 12 over 1, and we'll reduce it. Okay, so I have 12 over 1, and this is 12 over 1, and this is 12 over 1, and this is 12 over 1. Okay, now I saw another teacher who teaches the same class. They were helping some students in my office yesterday. And they were actually multiplying top, top, bottom, bottom. So on the first one, they'd get 36 over 4. Okay? That's a method that you definitely could use, but then you have to then reduce that. I am choosing for us, but if you choose to do it the other way and you get the same answer, great. But I'm choosing for us to reduce it first and then take care of the multiplication. Then we were dealing with smaller numbers. So 4 goes into 12 how many times, my friends? 4 goes into 12 how many times? 3. So 3 times this 3 is going to give me 9, and so I get a 9x. That's the first part. Okay? So I'm going to have subtraction because there's a subtraction sign. 4, we said, already goes into 12 3 times. 3 times 1x is 3x, so we get minus 3x. So this is starting to clean up pretty nicely, agree? And then this next one, 3 goes into 12 how many times? 4. And then what do I have for this result? 20, not just 20. There's no x there, but good job, 20. Okay, so we got 20. Come over here. I'll be in a different location next day you come. Gotcha. Perfect. Thanks, bud.
Yeah.
All right. Oops, let me make a 20 a little nicer. Equals. And then the very last one, 6 goes into 12 how many times? 2. So what does this result give us? 50. Very, very good. Thank you so much for your help, my friends. Okay, so now we're ready to start combining like terms. So these are like terms. So 9 subtract 3 is 6. So 9x subtract 3x is 6x. The 20 comes down, equals 50. And now we're ready to start dancing. All right, what should I do to both sides? Subtract 20. Very good. It's a positive 20. The opposite of positive 20 is minus 20. So those cancel. So I get 6x. And 50 subtract 20, I believe, is 30. Does that seem about right? And then I'm going to do what? Divide by 6. And does 6 go into 30 evenly? And I think this is a nice problem. This is a very nice clearing fraction problem. I mean, you get x equals 5 for an answer. That's a very simple answer. Okay? So the clearing the fractions works really well. But again, right now, practice it. Make yourself start feeling a little bit more comfortable with it. Okay? If you show this first step here, this is a 3-point problem. If you showed this first step here where you're showing that you're trying to clear the fraction and you can't get any further than that, you're getting 1 out of the 3 points. Then you get down, if you start getting down and you start showing that you're working some stuff out, there's your second point. Your third point comes from this. Now, the hard thing is, I mean, you might be in the wrong math class if you can look at that problem and do it in your head. You are absolutely amazing mathematically if you could say, oh yeah, I can look at the problem x equals 5. We got a different class for you to take. Okay, so I'm not looking for an answer only. An answer only is going to kind of question what you really did. Okay, and I'm not saying that you're cheating. It's just, you know, did you get lucky saying, oh, x equals 5? Did you accidentally see your neighbor's paper and you saw they had an answer as x equals? I mean, there's different things that could happen. But I'm just, watch out for yourselves, and I'm showing you where you're getting your points from. So if you try to clear the fraction and you just get stuck at that point, you showed something. You're getting 1 out of the 3 points. That's better than none out of the 3. Okay? And then show some work. 2 out of the 3. Correct answer will get you the third point. Okay? Friends, is there any other problems on the odds that I could help you with?
Number 13.
13. Okay. Backside. Thank you for asking about number 13. Appreciate you. All right, so number 13 says find 4 consecutive odd integers with a sum of 200. Okay. So this is just like a word problem we would do on a test. This 4 means something. And then they say consecutive odd. And then we know a sum and we know of 200. Okay? So that's about how far I'd get if this was a test. Of course, I'd have it typed out rather than you trying to decipher what in the heck, what kind of writing Stirrup has. Is horrible. Boy, I gotta go back to school and take some better writing classes. All right, so let's talk about consecutive odd first. And I'm just bringing this down here for a minute. I just want you to see this. Consecutive odd. What is an odd number? 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. Keeps going, right? Does that make sense? Hey, can odd numbers be negative numbers as well? Could -1, -3, -5 also work? Okay. So consecutive odd. So just an example like this. Those would be odd numbers. Agree? So I want you to kind of give me a good look. If I go from here to here, I added 2. If I step up one more, I add 2. If I step up one more, I add 2. I add 2 to get to the next odd number. That's the same exact rule as if you deal with even numbers, which are 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Okay? So I think we've kind of taken care of what a consecutive odd is here. Okay, so we're going to kind of keep that in mind. Okay, do you have to show that work? No, I'm just putting some added notes for you. How many answers does it appear that I'm looking for on this problem? 4. I'm looking for 4 numbers. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4. I know the sum. What does sum mean? It means we're going to add. So I'm going to add all these up. What's another word for of? And then the 200. So there's some really good thought. Let's say you have gotten all the way to that point right there. This problem, because I'm looking for 4 answers, is probably a 6-point problem. Okay? You giving me some of the things that you know up top, and even coming up with dash plus dash plus dash plus dash, that could get you 2 of the 6 points. That's better than 0. Okay, so let's think about this. We're set up to start working the problem. If I knew my first odd number is x, what should the next odd number be? And look at the red on the left. What did I do to get to the next number? Plus 2. Okay? Now, so each odd number goes up by 2 each time, agree? So I have to add 2 to the previous number. So if I add 2 to x plus 2, what do I get to? X plus 4. If I add 2 to x plus 4, what do I get? Okay? And again, my friends, this is the exact same type of work you would do if they were even. So consecutive odd and consecutive even, the exact same format. Okay? How many x's does it appear I have up there? 4. So I have 4x. And then 2 plus 4 is 6. 6 plus 6 is 12. And it's equal to 200. Now we're ready to start solving this. Seem okay? All right. Subtract 12 from both sides. These are gone. So I get 4x is equal to how much?
188.
One would do what?
188.
What? Yeah. 188. Perfect. Huh?
Me and you, we gotta check our hearing. It's rough.
Huh?
Huh?
Divide each side by 4. Does somebody have a calculator to do that for me, please? 188 divided by 4. It should be a nice
47.
47?
Oh, yeah.
All right. So, my friends, find the 4 consecutive integers. We found the first one. Agreed? So the first one is 47. What is the next one? 49. What is the next one? 51. And the next one? Okay, I have a question for you. Is 47, 49, 51, and 53, are they odd integers?
Yes.
Yes. Are they consecutive odd?
No.
They're one after the next, right? And then if I add 47 and 49 and 51 and 53, if I add those all together, I will indeed get 200. Okay? So, just be aware on these types of problems. We might ask the problem, say, hey, what's the smallest integer up here? And that would be 47. If I said, hey, what's the biggest integer up here? It would be 53. So be aware of what it asks. And I'll point that out if we have that on the quiz, okay? That's a good meat and potatoes question. I like this question, okay? I think you can do it. You know, take your time. And again, if it's even or odd, if this word was even, it's the same process, same as these. Okay? Same thing. Any other questions off the homework, my friends? We happy? Content? Scared?
Yeah, that's a good question. And question 12, it doesn't mention any odd or even.
Oh, let's do 12.
Yeah.
Let's do 12. I like it. So if you look at number 12, I like what you just spotted there. It says find 2 consecutive numbers. or integers with a sum of 29. Okay, so let's think about a consecutive integer. This does not say even or odd, does it?
No.
So consecutive integers. What did I add to each number to get to the next one? What did I add to 1 to get to 2? What did I add from 2 to get to 3? What did I go from 3 to 4? So I'm adding 1 each time. Okay? Oh, that's a good call. All right, so let's highlight a few things. Find 2 consecutive integers with a sum of 29. How many blanks do you think we got? How many things am I looking for? 2. What does sum mean? Addition. What does of mean? Equals. So this is my setup. All right. So this is just consecutive integers. It's not even or odd. So the first one is x. What do I have to add to x to get to the next number? X plus 1. Take a look at what we have. So let me go back to the other one. This was x and x plus 1. The one prior to it was x, x plus 2, x plus 4, x plus 6. So if it's even or odd, you're going to do that exact pattern. If it's just consecutive integers, it would be x, x plus 1. The next one would be x plus 2. The next one would be x plus 3. The next one would be x plus 4, so on and so forth. All right, this is ready to solve. X and x add together to give me 2x. I have a plus 1 equals 29. All right, I think we can start solving this. Subtract 1, subtract 1.
Wait.
Talk to me.
Why is it 2x now?
How many x's are up there? So I get 2x equals 28. Divide each side by 2. So how many answers was I originally looking for? 2. The first one is 14. What's the second one? 14 and 15. I have to add 1 to 14. Is 14 plus 15 29? Would 14 and 15 be consecutive integers, one after the next?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Now, I have a question for you. Integers are coming out to these nice numbers, whole numbers. Okay, yes, they can be negative, they can be positive. Let's say down here, the answer came out to like 14.6. Is 14.6 an integer? No, so you either did it wrong or there's no solution. Okay, but I don't think I'm going to give you a no solution. If I do, it's totally on accident and I didn't mean to pick on you. Are we doing okay, my friends?
Yeah.
Is there any other problems from last night's homework that I can help you with?
Right now or forever hold the peace.
Yeah.
11, you got it. Okay, this is 4 consecutive even integers. Okay? So 4 consecutive even integers with a sum of negative 52. So even integers, x, what's the next one? Even. Next one? Next one? You're nailing it. So it's the same rule for even and odd, okay? Same rule, even odd. Same rule, even or odd. Okay? So let's highlight a few things. I'm looking for 4 consecutive even integers with a sum of negative 52. Okay? So 1, 2, 3, 4. Sum means addition. Of means equals negative 52. Okay? This is the pattern if it was even or odd. It's the same thing. That's kind of nice. So I have x plus 2, I have x plus 4, and I have x plus 6. We're ready to start dancing with this. How many x's are up there?
4.
4. I got 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's 4x. And then I get 2 and 4 is 6. 6 and 6 is 12 equals negative 52. Yeah, but it's negative. Okay. What's what? All right. So let's start solving this. Subtract 12, subtract 12. Something costs $52. Something costs $12. How much do you owe? You owe negative 64. Okay. Last step, divide by 4, divide by 4. So the answer is going to be negative. What do we get? That's 16. Okay. Is negative 16 an even number? Yeah, it's a negative even. That's okay. So ready? If this is negative 16, what do I do for this next number? What do I add to it? 2. So negative 16 plus 2. How much? Plus 2. Negative 14. Ooh, that's kind of a gotcha. That's a tougher one. Okay? If I take negative 16 and I add 4 to negative 16, what do I get? Negative 12. And what do you think the last one's got to be? So those are indeed consecutive even integers. Yes, they happen to be negative, but they are still even integers. So if I were to add up negative 16 and negative 14 and negative 12 and negative 10, my answer would be negative 52. But again, this here is the same whether it's even or odd. Okay? That's kind of a big clue. Big thing.
How would you make that?
You know what? I bet you we'll put a couple things up on probably that board right there that we'll forget to take down.
Cool.
Now, we're not going to say what it goes to. We just might have some stuff up there. You know, like my name, Stone's name. Yeah, those aren't important, though.
For Social Security.
I don't have a Social Security number. No, I don't want the government. I don't need the government tracking me. I'm kidding. I'm being facetious. I am lying to you guys. All right, my friends, I am on page 35. Page 35 of the books. Page 35 of our books, okay? My friends, does this look somewhat similar to what we've just been doing? Good. Okay, so let me read it first, then we'll start highlighting. Okay, it says the sum of 3 consecutive odd numbers is 135. Oh, but this has a little curveball. What is the smallest of the 3 numbers? Ooh, okay. So hang on. So an important word up here is sum. Agree? 3 consecutive odd is 135. Okay. So we talked about this just now. We're talking about odd. First off, how many things are we looking for? 3. And what are we doing to those 3 numbers? And is means what? So this is our template that we're going to fill in. Okay. If the first odd is x, what does the next one have to be? I'm sorry? But they're odd. If they are consecutive, I agree. This is odd. So what's the next one have to be? And then the next one? Yeah. So you just add 2 each time. Okay, so I have x plus 2, x plus 4. Okay. How many x's do I have sitting up there? 3. And 2 added to 4 is? I think we're ready to start dancing a little bit. You don't want to see stirrup dance. All right, 135 subtract 6. 129? Ooh, 129. And being that we all have our calculators, we're really good at it, you're going to go 129 divided by 3, and you're going to get to 43, I believe. All right, so my first number is 43. My next number is 45, and my next number after that is 47. Okay, so you're adding 2 each time. If I add 43, 45, and 47 together, I do indeed get 135. 43, 45, and 47 are consecutive odd numbers. Now, if you get to here, you're going to get 4 out of the 5 points for this problem. And you're like, yeah, but we're done. What's the smallest of the 3? That's my answer right there. Okay? Hey, friends, you know that I'm in a band, right? Do you know that my band is performing at the assembly Friday next week? Next Friday, homecoming is on it. We have two songs we're performing. First song, "We Will Rock You" by Queen. So we will have everyone doing stomp, stomp, clap, stomp, stomp, clap, stomp, stomp, clap. Okay? And then we lead right into a song that if you watch the Avs, you might know the song by Blink-182 called "All the Small Things." And you will hear this guy singing. I will be up there. You won't recognize me because when I'm performing, I have a whole alter ego. My hair grows out long. I'm kidding. Now, I wear a baseball cap backwards, sunglasses on. I'll have some sort of fancy attire on. You'll hear Mr. Matischek jamming on guitar, Mr. Barrett jamming on bass, Mr. Mimex, my backup singer, and Mr. Libby will be playing the drums. But during "We Will Rock You," we'll also have our drum line in there. So we'll have all the bass drums going boom, boom, click, boom, boom, click. Huh? So at the end of the year assembly, Mimac, I was not able to be there, and my drummer wasn't able to be there. My mom had passed away, so I had to fly back home. But the song that we were going to do was me and Mrs. Cole and my band. We were going to do "Ain't No Mountain High Enough." So I'm going to try and convince her that she and I will do that for Power Week. Yeah.
What period is this?
I think we go first and second period, and then during after second period, you head over to the gym.
It's going to be cool. They're going to have the band coming through the hallways again.
Oh yeah. And one thing you have to know about my band: if it's too loud, you're too old. Matischek's amp is going to make your ears bleed. It is loud. It is it's good stuff. Huh? I can't hear you. It's too loud. Sit further away. Don't sit in front of the amp. All right. So next problem. This is number 4 on page 35. Yes? This one says the sum of 3 consecutive numbers is 126. What is the largest of these 3 numbers? Okay. So let's highlight a few things. Sum, that's important. 3 consecutive numbers is 126. Okay. Are these consecutive even or odd? Or neither? It's neither, right? Sum means plus, is equal. How many answers am I looking for? Or how many things am I looking for originally? 3? Am I going to add them or subtract them? Add. Is equals 126. All right. Let's see who's paying attention. So 3 consecutive numbers. X, what's the next one? X plus 1. Good job. And the next one would be? Nope. 2. You're adding 1 each time. Okay, because it's consecutive, you go up by 1 each time. So x plus 1, x plus 2. Looks like that. We good so far? Huh? No. Yeah. Does that make sense? All right, how many x's do I have up there? 2. Got 1, 2, 3, right? So that's 3x. And then 1 added to 2 is 3. And that's equal to 126. All right, here we go. I'm going to subtract 3 from both sides. Those cancel, so I get 3x equals 126, subtract 3. 1, 2, 3. Hey, I like sequential numbers. That's fun. All right, divide each side by 3, and then we all have a calculator, so we go 123 divided by 3, and we get 41. Good job. All right, so this first one's 41, then 42, then 43. You are going to get 4 out of the 5 points if you get to that point. What am I looking for? Largest. What's the largest? That's my answer right there. Last problem for the day. Last problem for the day. We good? What time are we out of here? Oh, sweet. I got plenty of time. All right. Problem number 6. This is a little bit different. We're away from the consecutive even. We're away from the consecutive odds. Oh, good. We have a story here. I can't wait to meet the main characters. This is going to be awesome. It says Oceanside Bike Rental Shop charges $17 plus $8 an hour for renting a bike. Okay. Alyssa, oh, she must be the main character. Or is the bike the main character? Oh, I'll go with the bike. No, I think it's Alyssa. Alyssa paid $65 to rent a bike. How many hours did she pay to have the bike checked out? Okay. So things that aren't really that important mathematically is Oceanside Bike Rental Shop. Okay, it doesn't really matter. But they charge 17 plus $8 an hour. Okay, so there's an initial fee of $17. You go into the bike shop saying, hey, I want to rent a bike. Say, great, it's $17. And then for every hour that you're out riding the bicycle around, we're going to charge you an extra $8. Okay? She paid $65 total. We want to know how many hours she was out on this bicycle. Okay, so let's see. Her total she paid was $65. That's so far, I feel pretty darn good about myself there. Okay, how much is she going to pay regardless? 17. So if she takes the bike out, she's out for 5 minutes, she's paying $17 plus a little bit more. So there's going to be a $17 fee that she's going to pay. How much per hour is it going to cost for her to take this bike out? $8. So this is going to be like 8H or 8X. You know, you can call it whatever you want. But the 8 is going to dictate how much more it's going to cost. This problem is ready to solve. Okay? We want to know how many hours she was out. So I'm going to subtract 17. We all have our calculators out. So we go 65, subtract 17, and we get 48. Very good. And then we divide each side by 8. And we have our calculators out, so you get 48 divided by 8, and we get 6. That's okay. So our friend is cruising up and down the ocean side for 6 hours on this bicycle. All right, my friends, I would like for you to have page 35 and page 36 done. I did 3 of the 7 word problems. Okay, but give it a try. Give it an honest attempt. Make us proud.